like Americans are very dependent on credit, you know,
Right.
like credit cards and stuff. Is that like something that you would kind of agree with? Is that like part of the culture of America or even parts of the States?
Oh,
What
yeah,
would you
right.
say?
Yes, I think most people put on credit.
Yeah.
Anything over, I mean, some people just put everything on credit,
Mm.
then they pay it off by,
Yeah,
pay a
yeah.
little bit off per month.
Yeah. With interest rates going, you know, lower and
Yeah.
lower and then eventually getting to zero, it's become easier to
Yeah,
borrow. It's
right.
actually makes sense to borrow rather than to save because
Right.
you're losing money when you put money in the bank.
Yes.
Whereas traditionally rates would be higher, so you would be rewarded to save,
Right,
and you know it'll be hard for you to pay off with higher interest rates.
right.
So I'm just fascinated in that regards. It's like they've conditioned the whole country to borrow. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Because it's almost like you're rewarding people to borrow. You're actually better off to borrow and then pay it off. You don't get penalized,
right.
really. Now we're in a situation where rates have to
Going up.
rise
Yeah, they are
because of
going up.
inflation.
Mm.
And so when you have like not just America, but like a lot of people around the world that are just conditioned to borrow and not really familiar with like savings and things like that. So when rates rise, just the impact it's going to have on the global economy, you know?
Mm.
And I think it's going to be a catastrophe, really. You know, it's just going to have a flow-on effect, you know? It's just going to affect so many individuals, so many companies, and
Right.
I don't know what it looks like, but I know it's not going to be a good one.
Well, that's what they're saying in the morning in New Zealand already. That,
Really?
The interest rates, once they go up, they were starting to go up already.
Mm.
And people are going to have to, find an extra, a few $100s a month or even $1,000 a month to pay their mortgage off.
Mm.
And they're going to struggle because the prices of cost of living has gone up as well. So it's going to be a very difficult time. And that that's just New Zealand, also around the world.
Even here,
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
The interest rates have got up. I mean, America, when we were there in 87, interest rates were really low. And they went even lower right through from...
Yeah, what were they like in 80? Because I know in the 70s, they were at the highest, 20%, yeah?
Yes.
In the
Right.
70s.
But I think right through the 80s and 90s and 2000s, they were practically, almost 1 to 2% or even zero
Are you sure?
in New Zealand. They went that
in
low.
NZ.
No, in America.
Oh, in America.
The interest rates were very low.
Mm.
You could get, 3% was pretty common for a house
Mm.
back in those days.
Yeah, because
I don't know what it is now, but I believe it's going to.
I think it's nearly 1%.
Nearly 1%.
Yeah,
In the
'cause
US or
in the
Australia?
US, they've kept it zero for
Right.
nearly a decade,
Yeah.
between 7 and 10 years anyway.
For a long time.
Yeah, in 2000, I think 6 or 7, there was 5 or 4%, and then they dropped it to 1%,
Right.
and then the Great Recession happened, and they dropped it down to 0% for a long time. They tried to raise it 2.25%, and then they brought it back down, and then now they're back at around 1.
I think the Fed is going to raise that, bring it up higher.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of issues with the economy, but in America anyway.
yeah. I find it fascinating, like that side of things, like economics and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's complicated with the war in Ukraine. Energy prices have gone up a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Energy prices, I think, were already going up before the war.
Yeah. Right. It's made it worse.
Oh, yeah. In the global side of things.
And then there's
You've got Euro, they're very attached to the Russian energy.
No,
Yeah, it has.
Who
It
knows
has
how
actually
that's going to end?